What's going on today, guys? Primal Sabbath here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the masterpiece Lio Convoy. This is probably, even with the Tigatron announcement, I think going to be my favorite release this year. Like, unless they announce something crazy wild, like at the summer show or something like that, uh, I love the Japanese Beast Wars characters, so I'm very excited to get this. Flaws and all, and whatever. We'll get into all that. I wanted to go ahead and do this comparison because we are getting Burning Convoy hopefully in about a month or so. So that's something to kind of sort of keep in mind. But yeah, he can ride. There's no like special place to plug anything in. There's no adapter or anything like that for Beast Convoy and Lio Convoy to do this. You just kind of set them there. And what I did was I pulled back on the little mechanism that you would put him to have like displayed on all fours and just sort of like displayed it that way. But anyways, there's a comparison with the originals. So there's that. There's the comparison with what I consider the Chug versions. And here's the club one, and there's the BotCon one. So there's the pre-beast. So all the and I mean that's a perfect connection, as you saw. So anyways, let me get all these guys out of here, and we'll focus on the real stuff. All right, so here's Lio Convoy for real, for real. He comes with some pretty cool accessories. First of all, I'm just going to kind of show them all here as they are. You get these two pieces, and you get these two pieces. You get the Matrix Cannon, which they actually made like a role-play toy for back in the day. So I thought it was pretty cool that they included that here. You also get these missiles, which I've already plugged into here. They are no different from these other gray ones, with the exception of the paint apps that I have on this one in particular, extending through to the barrel piece. So let's squeeze that back on up in there. So if you want to, you can, well, here, I'll go ahead and I'll take these out. These are the like lasers. They would blast the lasers in the cartoon, which is weird. Like his main would blast both lasers, and it would blast it would shoot the missiles. So all right, what we'll do is we turn that around, and then you can open this up and fold these out, so you can kind of emulate that sort of look that he had in the show. Let's see, there we go. And then these kind of like it's all on the same hinge piece, so it takes some working and some doing. So there you have that. You can have him do those forward, and then, like I showed earlier, you can have these folded forward. So not quite as fun as the spring-loaded. I think even, I don't know, can you get in here to the spring on these? There's a spring, I know it, but I can't remember. It's been so long since I've messed with the original Lio Convoy, I can't remember the where the activation is. Oh, okay, I see it. It's in here. There you go. There we go. Just gotta get in there. So, anyways, this definitely did not make the spring-loaded stuff look too fun. But anyway, so just to kind of compare with the original, which he did do it in the show, which is something that I thought was always great, was whenever the show incorporated gimmicks from the toys. So I thought that was pretty cool. You can do that. Personally, I don't really keep these stored up here. This guy's going to be in robot mode primarily anyways, and I much preferred the whole Lio Typhoon thing over the missiles or the lasers. That's just my personal preference, but I mean, you could still store those pieces there if you so choose. That's whatever you want to do. So anyways, there's that. Let's get that back down and plugged back in. So Lion mode, As with all Beast Wars masterpieces, the beast mode is not the best, but it's also not absolutely awful. Like, I know the red kind of breaks up any kind of believability of the alt mode, but ultimately I'm fine, as I have been for all the other Masterpiece Beast Wars releases. I much prefer the alt mode suffer over the robot form, because the vintage toy line, we got such great alt forms, but we had some robot forms that would suffer. So there's kind of my reasoning there. That said, I only picked up one of these guys instead of my usual duplicates, and I definitely regret not getting a second, just because after messing with this guy, like, I know I'm gonna want to in the display. So it's just gonna happen one way or another. It's gonna happen. So articulation, you do get a little bit here. You get some side to side with this head, which surprised me, and I dig it. You also get a little up and down, but again, you're gonna break some of that sculpt. Well, you don't get too much down. You can slightly open this bottom jaw. You saw it was kind of closed up like that, so you can give it a little open, but to kind of give him a roar, you gotta like bring this forward a little bit. And I don't particularly care from that from the side, but from the front, it's not too bad. They painted the inside of his mouth, so you know there's that, but your mileage is going to vary. Some people didn't like the way that this looked. It's cartoon accurate, and it's not too terribly far off. Even from this, he's just missing the whiskers. So I definitely don't hate it. I'm definitely glad they went for the cartoon accuracy as opposed to the toy accuracy. So, all right. Now, a few things before I get into robot mode. I'm not going to do a transformation video. The Stasis Lock Facebook page, they posted a video that I'm pretty sure is the official Takara Tomy transformation video that another page shared. So if you want to, like, if you think the instructions just aren't doing it for you, go check that video out. You won't be disappointed. Let me see if that's a little thing right there. That's gonna bug me. Okay, it was nothing. I got it. All right, so yeah. That said, taking it back to beast mode was a little troublesome for me, just because like I didn't familiarize myself with like the orientation of everything, so I had to kind of go back and watch that video a few times. And before I did it, I did a couple of boo-boos, so you may see some paint rub on this. Now that's the paint on the dark part here rubbing against this white plastic. So you should be able to clean that up if you choose. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to see it in either mode. So, I mean, obviously, unless I'm zooming in on it like I just did, so it doesn't bother me too much. And then there was some, like, rub from the backs of these red pieces. I think all this red is a nice glossy red paint. So there's some rub there, and I can see it easier in robot mode, so we'll wait till we get to robot mode for that. But other than that, I mean, this is what the pictures showed me. Like, this is as advertised. You can get him into some kind of cool pouncing cat-like poses if you want to. I don't own cats, so I don't know how they get ready to pounce, but I'm sure people who do own cats would know better than I. But anyways, you can get him kind of in a less stoic stance and a more, I guess, kind of ready to fight in beast mode stance. I don't know what you would call this. So there is that. And as you saw, ratchets, hinge. You even get the rocker on the front and the back. It's not like completely, but it's just enough to get what you need. And you even get it on the back feet here, although mine's a little bit tight. And you get a little bit of up and down with it there as well. So, anyways, I think that's pretty cool they implemented that. Like, I think for Cheetor, we only got it in the front legs, but for Lio Convoy here, we get it in the rear legs as well. So, anyways, one, I guess, final comparison, or real comparison. There's the original, there's the Legends release, and there's the Collectors Club pre-Beast Wars Lio Convoy. I used to have the Robot Masters, but I sold it to my boy Tyler G, and I don't have the Universe version. I don't plan on getting the Universe version. And I think at one point I had the Transformers Prime version or the Transformers Go version, but it's no longer with me either. So this is pretty much all it's going to be. This guy's my kind of end all be all for the Chug version, even though he's really, I have him with my Beast Wars Uprising stuff. So anyways, there's that. But yeah, let's go ahead and get this guy into robot mode, and we will continue on from there. All right, real quick, I just wanted to kind of show where some rubbage is going on. You can see that right there. It's mostly the same color plastic underneath. It just looks like it's a little more smoky. So I don't know why they felt so compelled to put like a clear coat over that, but like it's hidden away here for the robot mode configuration, and it's also hidden away for, well, maybe it isn't hidden away for the beast. Oh, wait, yeah. It's also hidden away for the beast mode configuration, because this part clips over that. Like, I mean, I'm just kind of like loosely showing it, but so it stays hidden away. So I really don't know why they covered the part. Maybe it was just like a case of the entire sprue got covered. Like I don't know. I don't know why they did that, but if you kind of like, if you see where yours has some of that rub there, I definitely wouldn't freak out over it. It's not visible in either mode. And I think if anyone freaks out over it, they're silly. Like, I mean, whatever, you know, we all paid $150 for it. Like, I get it, you know, blah, blah, blah. But that's what happens when completely painted toys have rubbing parts. And there's like some other things, I guess, like while I'm already here, and I'm not really following the instructions in any particular order, something that I don't like is part of the like the transformation right here. So it's kind of hard. I'm going to try to get as much of this out of the way as possible. Just kind of move that out of the way for right now. So you can see there's these two flathead, I guess those are Phillips head screws. I thought they were pins at first. They're okay, yeah, looks like they're screws. And they're on this like sliding joint in here. So you see that, like, kind of using those to pull this out, but then you also have to like take this and then I don't like it. I don't like it at all. But whatever part of that does like scratch, I guess it's going to be hidden in there anyways. So I don't know. That's something I don't like. That's something that doesn't bother me. So anyways, back to it. Also, another thing, it's not really that big an issue. There's a lot of these mushroom peg joints, but like as you can see, they kind of rotate out pretty easily, but ultimately, like, I definitely prefer that they rotate out easily opposed to like breaking in general. Just something to be mindful of. But you know, it can be like you know, a bit of a pain, but it's also like I like that safeguard there at the end of the day. So, yeah, another thing. All right, here's another bit in the transformation process that maybe isn't necessarily scary, but I guess kind of uncomfortable. So you have to sort of just like rest that little clip piece in. It doesn't really peg in, just kind of rest there. And then what I don't like that you have to do is you have to kind of push that into place like that. You saw how it kind of flexed this armature here. Now this stuff, you know, kind of is made from a bit more pliable of a plastic, but it's kind of like and like I don't know if it's gonna rub some of that paint from the main in the future. So again, something to sort of be wary of, but I do like the way it locks everything in. So there is that. Look at that perfection. Pure perfection. This majestic masterpiece Transformers Lio Convoy in his robot mode. So here we are. This is the money right here. This is definitely, you know, all of the Beast Wars masterpieces have totally shined in this mode. Now I was going to talk about where the paint rub. You can see again here where just the red has kind of rubbed there. Again, like it's nothing too crucial. Like you can just you should be able to clean that off fairly easy. But also, just for me personally, it's going to stay hidden or hardly noticeable, but just something to be aware of when you are moving these pieces, and including like this piece as well. It's kind of weird. These knees are very weird. I'm not sure how I feel about the way that they engineered these. Like I want these to, like, I mean, that's obviously not right, but anyways, I wanted them to I guess like match a little bit, but I think that's how they're supposed to be. Maybe, I don't know. Find a sweet spot, I guess, as far as the knee transformation goes. So some hidden things that maybe I just wasn't paying attention during the kind of like media build-up for this guy, but I did not at all know that he was going to have the leg boosters built in. I just didn't see it. He does have, like, similar to Primal. He's got the kind of jetpacks painted on, so there's that. But yeah, I did not expect that in the leg. As far as weapon storage goes, you can plug that piece in right there. It gives him a little bit of a butt booster. But if you want to go the extra mile, you can just kind of set that in there. It'll just rest fine. And you have weapon storage, which you all know I'm a sucker for. That said, I'm probably going to keep all of this stuff in the box. I may take these silver missiles off and stick them in the main, just some kind of like grab off the shelf and just sort of mess around with type stuff. But yeah, as far as holding it, you can if you want to. Let's see. Let's work this in like that. I may have to do it off camera. I'll be honest, I have not had him hold this gun yet. It's just not, it has not been on my, okay, so there we go. He can hold it. Again, I know he used it. I know it was like part of the show and all that, but I always knew him more from using the kind of built-in toy gimmicks. So you would be able to have him kind of do this, which is just 100,000 times of cool. Great math there. We gotta say ratcheting torso ab crunch. Shit's awesome. All right, let's fold that back up. You could also have him deploy these, and so there we go. You can kind of manipulate those claws however you need to point them in whatever direction you want. You can also, I guess, I think this is what would be the normal orientation from the original toy. So you have that. Again, that's more of what I remember Lio Convoy using from the show. I think he also used this tail as like a whip thing or something at some point, but I just kind of leave it there where it belongs. So some, let me see, let me get him back here. All right, let's see, what do I want to get into next here? So the back of the head, like, interestingly enough, has a yellow paint app there. I guess that's cartoon accurate. I wouldn't have expected them to put the paint app there, but he does have the yellow on the eyes to match. They are sunken in, but it still looks solid. You can, just like on the original toy, open up the chest to reveal the Energon Matrix. You got some detailing in there. Looks quite nice. Would have been neat if it was an LED, but I understand why it couldn't be, because where are you going to put it? So that is all well and good. It's fine by me. Okay, there was some, okay, yeah. While his arms are nice and secure and steady, let's see. All right. What I do like is the ratchet. The elbow has 2 ratchets, which is also nice. But the top swivel here at the shoulder is just a pin, and I'm not a big fan of the pin swivel there. But ultimately, I don't see it really being too much of an issue. So there is that. You get ratchet. That's a swivel. It's just super hard to deal with. You heard me playing with the knees earlier. They are all ratchety, clicky, which is good. Ankle, ratchet, and then hinge and rocker like we saw in beast mode. So there's that. He's also got crazy stuff going on here with the head. Guess if you want him to look down, he can look down. You can look side to side. He can look up. Yeah, he can definitely look up. So, pretty solid. Pretty solid. I am definitely very happy for this particular release. Let me see. Make sure I got these knees squared away. Always having problems with the knees. Is that right? Okay. Okay, there we go. Yep. That definitely feels a little bit better. So, let's see. Let's get him in here with MP-48, which is where I'm going to display him. It's going to be with him. I think that is a pretty stellar comparison here. So he's actually a little bit taller than MP-38, which I'm fine with. Like, I'm all right with it. You can probably get them to do the handshake thing. I don't really have the patience to do that. So maybe with Flash Lio Convoy, let's say. So we'll do that. So there's that. Let's see. Oh, God. Typical. I was going to say, there's the Legends version, but it fell over. He's got a pretty good stance, which is why it was strange that he fell over. So there's the Legends version, and there is the Collector's Club pre-Beast / Beast Wars Uprising version. Alright. Get those out of the way. And here he is with the original toy. I have done some modding to mine. It's not a permanent mod, but it's just enough to get the job done. So that way he doesn't have crazy hips. But here's the original toy, and from like lion main piece on the shoulder to the other shoulder piece, they're about the same height, but obviously head to head they are not. And I mean, he's definitely just a much cleaner looking aesthetic. I mean, it's a masterpiece, so there's that. But it's like they really did homage just enough, like just all the right stuff. And like all masterpieces, they share a very similar transformation sequence, which I think is really, really cool. I mean, obviously there's like 30 more added steps here with this guy, but like, that's what you're paying for. You're paying for that masterpiece transformation, which I think is super cool. So there's that comparison out of the way. I think I forgot to do the Lion Typhoon thing. So what's awesome about all of this, and let's just get all of it out of the way. So it doesn't have the which, I don't know if anyone was expecting it to or not to, but you can kind of turn it like that. So I think that's pretty cool. As far as, if you want to kind of replicate that in some kind of a display or some photographs or things like that, like, you can do it. And I think it's pretty cool that you can. So there's that. But yeah, this is just a great, he's clocking in a little bit pricier than MP-32 / MP-38, but he's also a lot more intricate in design than that figure is as well. There's a lot of, masterpiece, like things that you expect from masterpiece toys from engineering there, and it's very solid. I love the ratcheting elbows. That was one of the issues I had with the original Lio Convoy, was the fact that he couldn't really hold up his gimmicks. With that, they are a little too tight. Like, I can't even get this middle ratchet really to move. So that's something to be mindful of, is that these elbows are on some very, very tight ratchets. But, you know, they're there. I guess at the end of the day, I'd prefer them to have the ratchets than no ratchets. So there is that. Obviously, these little things can get in the way, but it's fine. That's how it is on the original toy as well. But you get a lot more clearance here with just all the more, you know, the additional like moving parts and things like that. So I'm about it. I'm definitely bummed that I only decided to pick up one of these, because now I'm going to get a second one. Like, a second one is without a doubt in my future. So just kind of goes to show me that I can't just be happy and satisfied with one. But, you know, here we are. So anyways, that's been it for Masterpiece Lio Convoy. If you guys have any questions or comments, please drop them down in the comment box. Hope this helps you determine whether or not you want to pick it up. And hopefully all of the cutaways have not been ridiculous because of this crazy cough that I've had for a few days. So anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll catch you later.